Greetings and welcome to the Developing Dad podcast. I am your host, Michael J. Griffin Jr., and today we're doing reflections on the Proverbs. Now, if you're familiar with my reflections on the Proverbs series, and I'll post a link in the card there so you can get an understanding of what we do, we're going to take one proverb and we're going to explain an important truth from it using my threefold method of the plan, the purpose, and the produce. Okay, so let's start right away. Now, I've entitled this video, Your Child's Key to Life, Health, and Wisdom. And I want to see if you can guess what it is by the end of the video. And the verse that we're going to use is Proverbs 4:20, and it reads, My son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings. Now, if you recognize Hebrew wisdom literature, poetry, things of that sort, you recognize that this is a repetition. Attend to my words, incline to my ear. Okay? But what is the plan here? We like to recognize the plan. The plan is the father teaching his son. That's the plan here. If you know the Proverbs, you can recognize, and I'll post a card to a specific proverb, the reflections on the proverb video chapter 1 verses 2 through 6, where I outline some of those things. But the plan here is Solomon teaching his son. His son is going to rule, and he needs him to rule wisely. He needs him to be able to do what Solomon did when he had his first case that we see in the scriptures, where the the one woman has lost her child, and the two women actually are sleeping, and one woman's child dies. She rolls over and dies and kills the child. And the second woman, she steals the second woman's child and replaces it. And then Solomon judges wisely. I'll post a link to that scripture in the description so you can go and read that. But Solomon wants his son to be wise. So he's sitting down and he's teaching his son. That's the plan. All right. What is the purpose? The purpose here of this specific proverb is to gain the attention of his son in order to teach. How does he do that? He uses what we would describe in our day and age. If we're trying to get someone's attention, we write in all caps, or we write in bold. Well, in Hebrew poetry, repetition was the method. He's repeating the same phrase 2 times. If you look at the verse here, it says, attend to my words, and then he repeats that by saying, incline thine ear unto my sayings. If you're going to incline your ear, you're paying attention. And words and my sayings are one and the same. So he's repeating this and he's saying, listen up. I'm about to give you some really, really important wisdom. Jesus uses this as well in all throughout the Gospels when he says, verily, verily, I say unto thee. Pay attention, right? If you say something twice, it means it's important. If you say something 3 times, it's of dire importance, right? Verily, 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 I say unto thee, right? That's when it's heightened. You should be paying attention. But this is this is how Solomon is gaining his son's attention. Okay. And what is it supposed to produce in his son? Well, we see later on in the verse that it's supposed to, in the proverb, that it's supposed to produce life and health. Okay. So let's go to the scriptures really quickly. And we're going to look at it. Let me do this. Yes, let's look at it here. So the plan and the purpose. All right. So the purpose here, we've got that out of the way. Now, what is it supposed to produce? In verse 22, it says here, for they are life, his words and his sayings, his father's words and sayings, 2 verses later. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. He wants him to have life and health. And this is not an uncommon thing. In 3 John, you see here the elder, 3 John, starting at verse 1, the elder unto the well-beloved Gaius, whom I love in the truth. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. We know that those who are with the Lord, who have the Spirit of God and who are believers, their soul is well. It is well with my soul, right? But we also want them to prosper in this life, which is why we give them sound wisdom and wise counsel. And we point them to the ultimate, which is Christ, right? The wisdom of Christ. found in the scriptures. And this is what Solomon is doing for his son. He wants him to find life and to find health. Okay. And then there's one other thing that I mentioned here. It's Proverbs 13:1. A wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. There's a reason why the wise son heareth, because the wise son is the one who knows that if he listens, he will gain even more wisdom, because his father's words will give him life and health. They will prolong his life. And he understands that, and he's already wise, and he would be wise to listen, right? So that this has a sort of a dual meaning here. You'll become a wise son by listening, and you are a wise son to listen, right? That's what Proverbs 31 is discussing there. All right. So it produces those three things when you listen to your parents. All right. For any kids that are watching, that's what you want to listen to your parents. All right. So in conclusion, what is the key, okay, to the child's key to life, health, and wisdom? Anybody want to guess? All right. This is going to be a premiere, so you can guess. I'll give you a second. All right. It's you, father. It's you, dad. It is you. If you're in your child's life, you are the key. You're the key. Don't believe me? Let's go to the scriptures. All right, we're going to go back to the scriptures. This is the application. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. This is Ephesians 6:1. Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with a promise. And what is that promise? That it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest live long on the earth. And here's the next part. This is why it's so incumbent upon the fathers. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but you do this thing here. Bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord, the paideia and nouthesia of Yahweh. That means the full enculturation into the norms and mores of the society, of the Christian society, of the Christian community. That's what we're supposed to do as fathers, as Christian fathers. So we are the key. Now, some points of application. How do we do this? One, we got to do what Solomon did and get our children's attention. That means we may have to strip away some things. Now, he did it by using repetition. We may have to strip away a phone, strip away the internet, strip away television. We may need to, that's a negative. On the positive side, we may need to spend more time with them, encouraging them, helping them to grow, improving their gifts, recognizing where they're strong and building them up, recognizing where they're weak and not tearing them down, helping them to improve those weaknesses into strengths. We've got to get our children's attention. We've got to do whatever it takes legally and, God-fearing, in a God-fearing way to get our children's attention, right? And part of what I say in my house is that I'm smashing any idol that comes between us and the Lord as a family. I'm smashing it, right? I don't have any problem throwing away toys, devices, removing internet, removing television. It doesn't matter to me because their souls are more important. They're eternal. This is an eternal soul that I'm raising, and I know that they're going to spend eternity somewhere. So I smash idols, right? just a point of application for you guys. And the second thing is teach them. Fathers, we've been called to teach, right? You see this, you see in the verse here, it says it. And ye fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. All right? We've been called to teach them. We've been called, look, and let's go. There's one other scripture. Let me just pull it up, right? I didn't want to belabor this too long, but I'm going to pull it up anyway because, let's see, 7-9. I want to pull this up because let's do it. Why not? Okay, the scriptures are good. All right, and this is to the fathers, right? And thou shalt teach them. This is Deuteronomy 6:7. Thou shalt teach them diligently, and this is the law, the things that He's commanded. This is what God is saying, talking to the children of Israel. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be frontless between thy eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the post of thy gates. We're supposed to be teaching our children the things of God continually throughout the day. whenever we get an opportunity, as we just walk along our life's path, that's what we're supposed to do. Okay, that's what we've been called to do as fathers. All right, so I'm going to leave you all with that today. I hope this has blessed you. Remember, your child's key to health, life, health, and wisdom lies with you, fathers. All right, so make them attend, right? Teach them, get their attention, and it will produce life, health, and wisdom. You are the key. You are the key. Okay, get their attention and teach them. All right, I'm going to leave you all with that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video. And until next time, be on alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. See y'all around. Bye.